All right, what's going on, guys? We're going to go ahead and jump into things here.
It was.
Start with a quick recap
Yeah, it
here.
was
Just
a
getting
very
one last
important
final thing set. And we're good.
And I lost my friend. Got to cast him again.
Yeah, he got bopped hard.
He got blasted. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We'll give Amanda catch up whenever she joins.
She's in roll 20 now. So.
Yeah, she's been in roll 20 since like 7, but she's still not online on Discord. So yeah, we'll just get going here. So last week we left off in the Illithid lair here. You guys followed Kabah from his tower in Zafari and pursued him to this cavern. Made your way through here, fighting a couple monsters, and then discovering a Mind Flayer who promptly killed Kabah in front of you and proceeded to attack you and get absolutely destroyed. I believe we left off with you guys casting Leoman's tiny hut. I don't remember. Were you guys taking a short rest, or were you just casting it for protection?
We were taking a short rest.
And I cast
I didn't even know we
Unseen
cast that.
Servant.
Jeez.
How long does that take to cast? Isn't it?
10 minutes. So he's not there yet.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be able to cast it at the end of the short rest and get that going. So what's happening? Hey. So what's happening with the bag of holding then?
Right. Well, I don't need a short rest, so I'll cast the Unseen Servant, and as we're all in the hut, I'll have him turn the bag of holding inside out.
This is such a bad idea.
I know, I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll bring him back, I guess.
All right. Yeah, you guys all gather up inside the hut. Oh, that's right.
Oh my
Zorker's little
gosh.
light. You guys all gather up inside the hut. You see
Further away.
you see the floating bag.
Let's put the Unseen Servant somewhere else.
Yeah, just put him wherever you want to do it. Wherever you want
I'm
to.
going to move him somewhere like...
Whatever the max distance he could be.
Right?
I think it's 60 feet.
Alright, so... Well, I can't see too far because I'm, blind. So we'll say right there, it's 30 feet.
All right, and bear in mind the dome is like essentially impenetrable to most things.
Right.
So,
Things.
all right, yeah, you see the floating bag slowly drift away from you deeper into the room, and then a little bit of motion, and it flips open, and a whole pile of stuff just falls on the floor.
Okay.
Nothing moving.
Nothing.
Asking the important questions.
The bag is still floating in the air as the servant is holding it. It kind of got shunted back a little bit, but nothing else seems to be moving.
Is there anything red? Right?
Oh my
You're a
god.
coward. Alright, I'm going to tell him to turn the bag regular and, walk away to the other side of the room with it. I'll have him walk this way.
We short rested, yeah?
Yeah, this will be at
Or
the
not
end
yet.
of the short
Yep.
rest.
Yeah, I think we short rested
Yeah.
before we did this nightmare.
Okay. Just making sure I have all my stuff.
Alright, so I'm going to venture out, grab the bag of holding from him, and then go see what was there.
Yeah, I'll pop out with Zorkris and so Erixus is particularly looking for something red, ignoring most gold and jewels unless the jewels are red. Also looking for any additional rings or something.
I'm gonna
All
keep
right,
the hut up just for now.
Okay.
I'll let
You have
everybody
to-
know.
Okay, you do have to remain in it while it stays up.
Well, it just is around me, no?
Yeah.
It doesn't move though.
It's stationary.
yeah, you have to stay. You have to choose to stay within. If you depart, everybody else can leave. But if you depart from it, then it ends.
Oh, the spell ends if you leave its area. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna hang out in here and just like tune my loot.
I would,
All right. And bear in mind, I mean, you can see what's going on because it's semi-translucent from the inside out, so it's not as though you don't know what's happening.
as Erixus is like sorting through things, Will Rose would hear in his head, I don't know, can thoughts penetrate a Lehman's tiny hut?
I don't
allow it.
believe so.
Spells and other magical effects. What is awaken?
I would determine it to be a magical effect, I think.
Okay, so never mind. Comic relief gone. Thanks a lot.
So yeah, a fairly large pile of stuff did dump out. Most of it seems vegetative in nature. There's just a massive pile of like plants and fungi. It's kind of a lot of the same stuff that you were seeing around his house and in the chest in the upper room in his tower. Just a lot of random like cuttings of plants and roots and flowers and fungi. That's like 80% of the contents of the bag. Apart from that, there's a rope, a few rations, 35 platinum. You find sifting through all that stuff, you eventually find a signet ring with a K on it. A silver goblet, a tome of some kind, a scroll, and a red orb.
Oh, red.
Just
A red orb.
Legit dies on the orb.
You just type out that stuff.
Shady, what's up, dude?
Or after, this way we know what it is. Because I'm going to put that stuff back in the bag of holding, I guess.
Yeah, I can.
All right, not now, but after.
Erixus, you're grabbing the orb, you said?
I'm diving on it like a linebacker on a fumble. And or alternatively, no. In addition to that motion, I'm also doing the Daffy Duck. It's mine. Down, go, mine.
Well, I gotta do a whole detect magic too.
As soon as Erixus touches the orb.
Good night.
Oh wait, I can't do that.
What?
Oh no.
The game is over, and it was nice to know all of you.
Yeah.
As soon as Erixus touches the orb, you see him go into kind of a catatonic state, and his eyes roll into the back of his head as his consciousness kind of slips away. Erixus, you open your eyes, and you are once again standing in the voidless space that greeted you before. Though your vision seems a little bit clearer, you can see a little bit further than you could before. Looking down, you see the red orb in your hands, but it's now brightly glowing with various hues of red that are constantly shifting throughout the orb. You shift your gaze to the floor, and where that should be, and you see that you instead seem to be standing on top of a semi-translucent gray pool of water. Your feet are submerged about 2 inches below the surface, but it seems like there's no resistance, and your feet feel completely dry. Your attention is suddenly shifted to your periphery, and you catch a glimpse of some movement just on the edge of your vision to your right, and then something to your left, and then right in front of you. As you try to peer into the inky darkness, you catch a few more glimpses of formless shapes that kind of remain hidden just beyond your view. Faint voices begin to coalesce in your mind. And at first it's a whisper, but it quickly gains volume until your mind is just completely filled with the noise. You try to focus in on the voices, but all you hear is a chorus of meaningless gibberish inflections. And you aren't sure if it's some language you can't understand, or if there are no words there in the first place.
Now I know how everyone else feels around me.
Basically. Suddenly, the voices fade and the shapes recede from your view. You're faced with an uncomfortable silence as you realize that the thread of Joven's music is missing from your mind. Almost as soon as you notice this, though, you hear the music return. But it's not from within your mind. And for the first time, you're hearing the music out loud. You look back down at the orb, and it now begins to pulse brighter and brighter with each flare of light. And you notice that Yovin's song is emanating from within the orb itself. Focusing on the orb, you hear that same single high piercing note from your previous vision. The orb pulses one final blinding burst of red light, and then the piercing note begins to fade simultaneously with the orb's light until it once again becomes a dull, opaque sphere. However, the note, though quieter, remains as a new, lower tone begins to take shape behind it. This new sound rises and becomes a nearly deafening roar in your mind. It's somehow both in harmony and discord with the first note, but eventually you feel a singular emotion take hold, and it's as inexplicable as the first vision, but you feel an overwhelming sense of the color green. After a moment, the note fades to the background and joins with the first note amongst the cacophony of Yovin. The scene around you begins to fragment and vanish, and you slowly feel your consciousness returning to your body. As you feel yourself regaining consciousness once again, you hear a singular word just ring out in your mind. Find.
Whoa.
I think you said find. F-I-N-D, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, making sure. That was very Death Clock of you. That was awesome. It was fucking great. So I assume I'm like fading back into consciousness, like... Okay. Yes, that makes sense now. Am I awake?
Yeah, you're awake.
Okay, so... I wake up screaming the pitch, not screaming, but just like humming that high, as high as I can possibly get my voice, and trying to like make my throat do both notes at once, like a Tibetan throat singer simultaneously singing in a falsetto, if such a thing is possible. But
the first note, like just trying to do it from memory, like you would at least know that the first note is just inhumanly high, like impossible to hit.
Nevertheless, he persisted. And he pops up trying to make this sound and like holding the orb, supremely excited, just dancing around and cackling and making weird noises. But I'm looking at the orb, and what do I have in my hands right now?
As a matter of note, I forgot to say this before you lunged at it, but it's kind of it doesn't glow as though it did in your vision. It's kind of just a dull red. It's opaque. It's not really translucent. Like if you held it up to a bit of light, it doesn't really seem like you can see through it much at all. But it is just kind of a dull, glassy orb. It fits in the palm of your hand. It's about like 5 or 6 inches in diameter. But there's, apart from that, it seems to be completely smooth. There's no markings or anything on it.
And it's still red in real life, even though it faded in my vision.
It is red, but it's not glowing or of any kind. It seems like whatever substance it's made from is red itself.
Okay. I will slip that into my pocket, and since my typical magic is, purple and green, I will cast Eldritch Blast at the wall and yell green, and then just listen into the ether to see if anything happens.
Don't hear anything.
I assume I hear nothing, and I look dejected. I look dejected, but at the same time, still very excited, is kind of like shuffling from left foot to right foot, like the dog in the GIF that I posted in the chat, just like red, green, back and forth.
How long was this illusion incident thing?
For you guys, it was just maybe like 10 or 15 seconds. You just kind of briefly saw him just kind of like he went from his usual animated self lunging at this orb at the bottom of the pile to suddenly just like stiff as a board, like as if all his muscles had seized, and then you see his eyes roll into the back of his head for about 10 seconds, and then he comes back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, yo, what the fuck just happened?
Here, you heard it. You all heard it, didn't you? You finally heard it was real. Came from the orb. Listen! I shoved the orb in Rain's face.
Ah!
So it looked like you were having a seizure.
Yes, true. Seized the orb. Heard the music. It's real. I knew it was real. Now I shove the orb in Zorkus' face and say, "Listen."
I listen. I don't hear shit.
They stupid idiot. Put the orb back in my pocket. Do I feel any magic coming from it?
It does feel naturally magical.
Naturally magical?
As if in handling other magic items, you can sense that they have, something special about them. You sense that same kind of specialness to the orb.
I throw it away. I'm kidding. All right.
Diabolical.
All right, I'm gonna pick up the ring and the spell scroll. What other stuff was there?
I didn't specifically say it was a spell scroll, but it is a spell scroll. It is a spell scroll. You could easily inspect that and see. There's a book. There's a silver goblet, single book, one book. 35 platinum, the signet ring, the plants and fungi, a rope, and some rations.
All right, I'll hand Rain the 35 platinum. Says, give this to everybody.
All right, I'll distribute it evenly. How many is that each?
7.
7.
Oh,
All right.
Or 5, yeah.
5, yeah.
Cool.
Do I know what scroll it is if I look at it?
Yes.
Ooh, what is it?
I think if he can read, if it's one of his spells, he can read it.
You can read it, and you would briefly looking through it would recognize it as a scroll of teleportation circle.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right.
That's interesting.
That's a good one.
And I'll pick up
Is
the
that Dan?
book,
Yes.
Oh, welcome.
No.
I didn't see you pop
sorry.
Dan snuck in, yep.
and I'll pick up the book and I'll skim through it.
in. The book is locked. It has a copper latch on the front of the book.
Two people who might be able to help with that.
Not Fillerin.
I go, is there a rogue that could help me with this, please? And whichever rogue comes first, I'll give guidance.
What is it? It's a book with a lock on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check if it's. Oh, you can't really. Can you detect magic on the book?
I can detect, if I detect magic, I see magic everywhere.
Just handling the book, you sense that it is magical.
Yeah, I think it's a spell scroll. The spell is a spell book. Yeah.
Yeah, but my wonder is if the lock is.
So would it be
has
worth-
a what do you call it on it?
Trap.
Arcane. Yeah, an arcane lock on it. But
So would it be worth trying to pick?
Yeah,
I move
try
away
it.
from.
Do it.
All right.
Just
What would I
like-
roll for that?
I cast guidance on you.
Give me a thieves' tools roll or investigation check if you're attempting to check for traps first.
I'll check for some traps.
Guidance.
Oh, sorry. I don't know
Roll-
why. I have
roll
advantage on
1d4.
from last time. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm a mess.
So just roll a 1d4.
Okay.
Add that. Okay, so 14. To the best of your ability, you can't find any traps on the tome.
Okay, so then I can roll
Guidance.
thieves' tool.
Yes.
Yeah, I just clicked the guidance. And it's for, is it
Dexterity.
dexterity?
Yeah, choose Dex.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh.
Wow.
Very
Level up.
handily, just pick right through the lock and it pops the latch open.
The latch open, and I don't open the book. I once it opens, look up with a smirk and step back. It's
I give Rosera the most evilest, sinister, happy grin you've ever imagined. It gives you the chills. It's so evil yet happy.
oh. I step
Alright.
back just one little bit more.
All right. I'll skim through it now, but this is something I'll have to look at for the long rest. So I'm going to put that in the bag of holding. I have the ring in hand. Does that have any magic feel to it, or I have to detect magic and stuff?
It has no magical feel. It just seems to be his signet ring.
All right, so I'll put that in the bag of holding, and every other thing, not the fungus and stuff, goes back in the bag of holding for now.
Yeah, skimming through the tome just briefly. It seems to be related to alchemical workings and brewing, potion brewing, and the like.
All right.
But you don't necessarily have a full understanding of what it does or what it details.
A recipe book.
Recipes.
And there was also a silver goblet. Handling that, you would recognize it as something magical.
All right. So, I mean, this is stuff we're going to have to identify. So I'll put that in there. Shit, goblin. You want to take a look at it, Ray?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm good at detecting that.
All right. I'll detect.
Gabe, quick question. All the fungi and the herbs, if I'm proficient in herbalism kit, could I get a sense of what he was trying to do with this stuff? Like if he was trying to make a particular potion, or if he was trying to like make drugs.
The goblet reproduces potions.
He's trying to grow shrooms.
Give me a nature check.
Okay. What are we? 14.
You're not really sure. Some of the ingredients definitely seem like they might align with some of the potions that he had at his home. Like things for making healing potions. A few things that you don't necessarily recognize very easily, or you're not sure what their alchemical effects would be when mixed with other things necessarily.
Gotcha.
But it's you're not really sure of what his intentions were.
Didn't we bust up like a healing potion operation a while back or something? Or
yeah, there's definitely a much wider variety of ingredients here than just healing potion ingredients.
Gotcha.
Does that K on the ring match the seal that we saw on the envelope?
It does.
Ooh.
So I'm going to put in my bag, I'm putting the goblet for now. I'll scan it when we get a chance. The scroll, the book, and the ring. You want me to put anything else in there?
What was the tome? Did we figure anything out about that?
It's like a recipe book.
Oh.
And the scroll, the spell scroll is teleportation service.
Yeah, I got that one.
So I'm gonna head back to the crew. I'm gonna say, hey guys, let's go back to the town. Let's go back to Halloran. Let's bring the Mind Flayer and Kaboth back to the mayor's office.
What about those creepy things over there in the corner?
Ooh, I'm afraid.
Put one in the bag of holding.
Maybe we should take one for science, you know?
Who's gonna touch it?
The Laren
Unseen
is
servant.
staying the fuck away.
I'm gonna tell the unseen servant to pick up one of the pods.
He successfully picks one up.
Cola, what do you guys want to do with this thing?
As he picks it up, it immediately just starts writhing and wriggling, and you see it. I mean, you can't see the servant, so you just see this suddenly suspended theropod just in the air, suddenly just like freaking out and wriggling and trying to get away from whatever's holding it. Give me a dexterity check for the unseen servant. No, it doesn't have a dex. Give me a. We're gonna call it a strength. It still passes. All right. It successfully is able to continue gripping it.
My strength, by the way, is -4.
Yeah.
For the servant.
Yeah, the unseen servant technically doesn't have a dex stat. He only has a strength stat, so I was going to change it to strength, but a 13 would still pass. So.
It's just like this wriggly, like horseshoe crab looking thing.
Thinner than a horseshoe crab, more like almost like just like a giant tadpole. It's probably about 3 or 4 inches long and maybe an inch wide.
Who looks the most grossed out of everyone?
Well, obviously Falarian.
That's not grossed out you're seeing.
Oh, true, yeah.
Falarian's no fun. I can't make gross noises in his brain.
What are we doing with this, guys?
You can dissect it.
Kill it.
All right, someone come and kill it.
Well, so the servant has it in his hand. How big is it? Like,
It's
fit into
3
a
inches.
like,
That's pretty
flask?
big.
Yeah, it's just about 3 inches in length, and it's kind of cylindrical in shape, tapering down towards the end of the tail. But it is like maybe like an inch round.
Would it fit into like a flask? A potion flask?
You could probably squeeze it in there.
All right, I will hand Zorkris a potion flask with a cover, and tell him to have the unseen servant scoop some water into it and put the thing into it.
I'm gonna put the flask down right in front of the unseen servant and tell him to put it in there.
And some water too.
Yeah, I'll put water after.
Okay.
Yeah, it's able to successfully do that.
All right. So let's toss this thing in the bag of holding and.
So, tadpole silipod.
How deep underground are we? Like, are we like pretty far?
You notice the tunnel is sloping down kind of gently as you descended deeper in here, and then you know that your descent was right around 60 feet down. So you're not super deep underground, but you'd guess that you've maybe gone down 100 feet or less.
They would go to Fellerin and point at Fellerin and go, "You coward! Is it normal to see one of those so high up?"
You're asking about the mind flayer?
Yeah.
No. That's all he says.
I took it that way.
What's that?
Can we put Kaboff and the mind flayer in the bag of holding?
It only hold 500 pounds. So.
Yeah, you'd be able to stuff them in there.
All right.
Stuffing corpses in a bag of holding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just put the Kaboff and the mind flayer in a bag of holding, and then say, "Hey, can we go back to the mayor's office, guys?"
I think. Actually, I don't know how much a mind flayer weighs, but they're basically just humanoids, so I'm sure it'll fit.
Yeah. Figure they're both around maybe 200 pounds. So.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
All right, so I'm gonna pack them up, and I'm gonna ask if you guys want to go to the mayor's office.
It's the mayor. Like, did we ever find the mayor?
No, we didn't
Nope.
find him.
Oh, that's right.
That's trail.
This was our lead, and it's
Isn't that why we were here?
Right,
Yeah,
that's why I'm gonna bring it back to Raleigh and show what's going on. Maybe we could do something there.
Literal dead trail.
Yeah.
Did the Kabaf have a brain anymore? No, it's gone, right?
Oh yeah.
The cavity in the back of his head.
Can we
Fucking hole in his head. Oh my god.
can we speak with a brainless thing?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Because like you could
Okay.
speak with like a skeleton.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Doesn't have to be something freshly dead. It just has to have a mouth, and I mean that's basically it. It has to have a mouth.
We have
Technically,
two
but-
options. We
Bob
can
has
do
two mouths now.
I don't think anybody here can speak with dead though, can they?
so that's why we're going to go back to the mayor's office and have Raleigh get like a priest or an acolyte.
Who revived Rosera?
Yeah. And see maybe
Rosera was taken by, revived by some of the clerics of the city.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
see if we can get the same people to come, because this will lead to finding the mayor.
Aren't we supposed to keep it a secret that the mayor's missing or something?
But they don't know. We're just casting on Kabaf.
Like, what if they cast it and all of a sudden this thing's like, the mayor? Like,
No, but he only answers 5 questions, so we can always ask him to leave the room after he casts it.
okay.
Or if there's a
And
high...
good, good news, I don't have to ask for anything red anymore, but now I have to ask for something green.
Or if there's a
Good news,
high
bad
level... Or if there's a real powerful cleric, maybe we could do a full restoration spell, which is really hardcore.
I mean, we could afford it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go back to town to the mayor's, to Raleigh, or do you want to go back to the other town where Kabaf was from?
Yeah, we don't need to go. Like, we're fighting the mayor, so taking him back there won't really do much for us. So let's say let's go right to Raleigh. We'll go back, get a cart, and go to Raleigh and have her get a cleric.
I feel like she would want to know too that there's. Do we mention the mind flayer?
Yeah, well, we could bring both, and we could try to do both of them. And then we could go back to Cora after and, give the body and do proper burial stuff.
The mind flayer can check if we bring it back.
Seems legit.
Let's do it.
Sorry, just reading something real quick. All right, so you guys are returning to the mayor's office?
Yeah.
I'm just calling her the wrong name now. And if we are, can we all make up our own names?
Cut out. What were you saying?
Rowley by the wrong name, and if so, can we all make up our own different names?
Mm-hmm.
Like Rally, Ruses. I'm gonna call her Rosera.
Rainer.
Okay, while we take like the cart back into town, can I cast they call it my little familiar spell?
Yes.
Take off 30 ingredients.
All right, there's a chance that a couple of you might have duplicate tokens, because when I tried to paste them, it pasted a couple of them off the edge of the map, and I can't delete them, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys make your way back out of the cave. You make your way back to Zafari to retrieve your cart, and make your way back to Hallara. The whole trip probably takes about, took you about 2 hours to walk to the cave, and the trip back to Hallara is a little over an hour. So with getting out of the cave, getting the bodies packed up, you're probably looking at about 4 hours since then. So it's tending towards early afternoon. The rains are still coming down heavy. It's very there's a lot of like thunder and lightning. So it's definitely kind of a miserable trip back. But yeah, you make it after about 4 hours. Did I move it? Oh yeah, and you arrive at the mayor's office.
I ride. Erixus is like completely focused on the red orb, just like singing to it as if it were a baby bird. Is there anything I learned from it? Any sense of what it may be other than just magical? Like, do I get a sense if it does anything?
Not currently. Nothing else seems to be happening with it.
I yell at him.
Servant went away, and I think my light spell is done.
All right, I will remove that.
We'll look over to Riley and say, sorry.
No,
I'm good. I made the changes.
You're just gonna dump the body on the table again.
I'm gonna walk over to Riley and say, "Hey, can you go in the mayor's office? We got to show you something."
Into the mayor's office?
Somewhere private.
Yes, I suppose it is. And she lowers her voice a little bit. Is this related to the mayor?
Look at her go. Mm-hmm.
She kind of quickly reaches for her keys and not quite sprinting, but walks down the hall quickly and begins unlocking the door.
Oh, she is gonna shit so many bricks.
Like, it's not the mayor that's dead, right? It's the other mayor.
It's the other mayor. There's also a mind flayer corpse in here, dude. Like,
I'm gonna tell her, listen, lock that door behind you. Come here. We're gonna need your help with something.
like I don't think most people know that these things exist.
Yeah. Neither of the drow would have ever seen one of these before. They are exceptionally rare and things of legend at this point.
Of them, and I'm fucking terrified seeing one in the flesh.
Right. So I'm gonna reach into the bag of holding and pull out Kaboff and put him right on the table. No brain, sitting there.
Thunk.
Before you take out the mind flayer, I have a question. Can anyone other than me hold a packed weapon? Not a packed weapon, like one of the conjured hexblades.
Oh, did we keep that mind flayer sword, by the way?
Grabbed one of them. I don't remember anyone saying they were grabbing the other.
No, I mean they're
only
normal
used
sword.
to.
Only
Okay.
a mind flayer would have like a special damage on that, right?
and Flarin is staying the fuck away from everything related to this thing right now.
I'm gonna say, we found Kaboff. He's dead. And then I'm gonna pull out the mind flayer and go, this one ate his brain, and put him right next to him on the table.
Oh my gosh.
She
Can anyone other than me hold one of my conjured weapons?
I don't think so by the rules, no.
I'm looking for like which of my things has the conjure weapon. Pact of the blade. Weapon
I
counts
thought
as
that
magical.
I
If
thought
it's
that
more than 5 feet away from me for 1 minute or more.
I thought that it created a physical copy that was not like I know it's kind of ethereal, but I thought that it had substance. So I was under the impression that it was a physical blade that others could handle potentially.
It says if it's more than 5 feet away from me for a minute, it vanishes.
What's the description? What's the description of conjuring it?
You use your action to create a packed weapon in your empty hands. You can choose the form that it takes when I create it. I'm proficient while I wield it. It disappears if it is more than 5 feet away from me for 1 minute or more. It also disappears if I dismiss it or if I use this feature again. No action required to dismiss it or if I die. And the rest of it is what happens if I want to use a different existing magic weapon.
Yeah, it is a physical weapon that others can handle and wield.
I conjure Do they have lobster claw crackers in your world, Gabe?
Lobster what?
The claw crackers, the lobster claws. If they have those, I conjure one of those and I give it to Roundly and say, "You'll eat this." If not, I conjure like a wooden mallet and hand it to her. Right before Zorkers pulls the mind player out of the bag. I make it really hard for anyone to roleplay anything.
I go, Raleigh, we need your help. I said, Kabal knows where the mayor is, but he has no brain. We have a couple of options. Do you know any clerics that could either cast Speak with Dead on him or do full restoration on him?
She is, she's kind of taken aback when you pull Kabaf's body out of a bag. And then as you pull this other creature out, her jaw drops and she is just eyes wide, completely speechless. You're not even sure that she's hearing what you're saying.
Gonna have Bobo fly on her head just to like flap his wings to kind of help snap her out of it, and say, "Come here, help me, come here."
She kind of bats him away and kind of seems to snap out of it, and she takes a step forward. What is this?
In her head, she hears Erixus say, "Hit it now!"
Hit it now.
She hears what? You cut out a little bit.
Hit it now.
She hears Erixus in her brain say, "Hit it now."
What is this creature? What has happened to Kabaf?
This is what we want to find out. This creature ate his brain. We need to ask. We need
He
to
lost
ask
his mind.
We need to ask Kabaf what happened. We need a cleric that could cast some spells that could help us.
What do you need?
We need a cleric that can either cast Speak with Dead or Full Restoration.
Do you need a cleric who casts some spells?
And to raise him from the dead?
No, the Speak with Dead will just answer some questions for us.
Yeah, can we raise someone from the dead without a brain?
Yeah.
Yes.
With the full
Any body
restoration.
parts.
Yeah. Even just a regular resurrection will raise somebody from the dead without a body part.
Including a brain.
It's a body part.
Do you know any powerful clerics that you can summon here to help us so we can help find the mayor?
She thinks for a minute. She seems a bit hesitant, and as she's standing there, all of a sudden these
Oh, damn you with the ring, filler.
bodies reanimate.
Oh
Wait,
my!
what?
Filler in the ring.
You see two zombies. Suddenly, a zombie Illithid and a zombie Kabaf suddenly leap up from the table.
Oh boy.
Get her out of there. Somebody get her out.
Hey, we got a hit. Attack.
Oh my god.
Damn you, filler in.
Give me a quick roll for initiative.
forgetting to add my tiebreaker. Oh God, a zombie mind flayer.
Sorry.
Yeah, that could be bad. Dan's losing his shit.
Just out of character question, do you guys know where the ring is?
Only Fillerin does.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he had told you
It's in
guys.
his butt.
No, it would have transformed.
No, it's
Way
like in
before
the
this.
plant over here or something.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Pretty
6,
sure.
7.
Oh,
All right, Filler,
how
you're
do we
first.
Further break a tie.
Oh,
First
that's a
to
good
roll.
question.
Negotiation.
Alphabetical. I think we re-roll, right?
Roll,
you just
roll.
talk it
Each
through
of
each
you
other,
roll a
right?
d20.
Yeah, right.
Higher roll of a d20 takes it. Oh, all right.
Well,
I think it's mine.
I'll watch her do it too.
Yeah, go ahead, Amanda.
Roll a d20.
Yeah, just roll a straight d20.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
well,
Did they just both attack at the same time with that
Yeah,
roll?
just go
Yeah.
for it.
Yes. This is the zombie Illithid.
Yeah.
Fuck. It looks like the mind flayer has come back from the dead.
It does, but it doesn't look quite as menacing. It's definitely, the body's looking a little bloated. It definitely looks like a zombie Illithid rather than something that might have the full power
more
of a
zombie
mind
than
flayer.
Illithid.
What are you doing?
I think Valerin is going to dodge.
Okay.
Take an action to laugh.
What's that?
Does he take an action to laugh? Can Erixus laugh?
You are more than welcome to.
Rosera, what are you doing? Amanda? You're not metered in Discord, but we can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
She showed you.
I think that's a hide.
Oh yeah, I can dodge and hide, right?
Yes, you can.
I'm not sure how I'm gonna hide behind rain though.
well,
Just get low, man.
Yeah.
Halfling's bravery is pretty big.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Now we can,
Oh.
yeah.
I was talking a lot.
Oh no!
At one point, I was like, "Are they mad at me?"
I thought you were a little silent.
I was like, "Are they mad?" Because I'm normally so talkative. I'm sorry. So I'm up, and okay. So I have a question about the zombie, the whole zombie thing. So this and the speak with dead. Like, if we destroy them, then we won't get our answers. Is that the right way to think about it? sense.
You wouldn't necessarily be at risk of destroying them, but
Unless they
I mean
fireball
they're already dead.
Right. So if I attack them, can I hurt them?
I mean, you wouldn't
There's
like
bodies. You can-
you wouldn't like permanently damage their bodies if that's what you're worried about.
Well, I mean, like if we're trying, like what? I guess I'm not sure what to do.
Kill them.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
kill 'em.
Well, so it's
Just
safe for us to
kill
like go at it and attack, and we don't have to
Yeah.
worry
That's
about
what
like destroying the
guess
evidence, right?
I didn't know if there was like a negative to attacking them with like full gusto, but it sounds like I was overthinking it.
Yeah, not really. As long as you're not trying to like actually disintegrate them or something.
No, I don't have that anyway. So okay.
Right? Yeah, it's you're
All
fine.
good. Okay. So you're like, it's not. Don't get that creative, Amanda. Okay. Let me just. I'm on my smaller screen. So I want to stay a little bit away. So I'll move over here, and I'm going to use my. I don't really want to use the long bow. I'll use the short bow.
22 will hit.
All right.
Brutal.
Ooh.
That's so
And-
much damage.
Are you hitting the left one or the right one?
Right one. No?
Oh,
No, yeah.
Yep. And already it's looking pretty rough.
It was already not good for that guy, but okay.
Anything else on your turn?
No, intern.
All
Shin.
right. Following up with Rosero's action, I will swing my halberd at this zombie as well. Where is my? No. Attack.
One hits.
Is this still alive? Oh, no, I
And
think
it
it's-
falls over dead.
Okay. And,
Again.
Second attack. I have an extra attack. I'm gonna come back and get, I guess, the Cabal zombie. There we go.
10 will hit.
Oh, it hit? Oh, wow. Okay. And then I will.
These guys are not very good at dodging.
And I will then. Yep. No, I'll stay. Enter.
I believe you can still use your polearm master as a bonus action.
I'm holding it. Holding an action. If he approaches me, I'll attack.
Well, you can't hold a bonus action.
So I have to use it.
Just
Yeah,
hit him,
you've
hit
already used your action, so yeah, you might as well just hit him again.
Got it. Where is that thing? Oh, just a regular attack, right? And then use if it hits 1d4. And never mind. Okay, here we go.
That hits.
And then the 1d4. I thought I had it on my sheet, but oh, there we go. Wait, I clicked on it. Now, do I press the halberd now, or?
Just click the damage. Don't
Um,
click the checkbox.
I'm not sure what you have.
Oh, no,
I thought you had a separate polearm
Yeah,
master
oh.
roll.
Oh, there we go. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, another 3 damage.
And now I end my turn. Thank you.
Wilros.
I'm just gonna run up to this thing and attack it with
Is
the
he quiet? My Discord's supposed to automatically adjust for that.
Amtari wooden sword.
I'll turn him up a little bit.
16,
16 hits.
9, 10.
Dang.
And yeah, it falls over dead.
I look at Filler and message, so only he hears it. Could you please put that freaking ring in my bag of holding?
When you use message on him,
Yes, he can only hear it.
He has to
Allow
choose
it.
to accept it, technically, yes.
so going into Valerian's head is like calling a cell phone.
Decline.
Not today. Nobody's here.
Scene at like 4 o'clock.
But you're standing
brutal.
right there. You up?
Wow.
I forgot.
All right.
This is so great. There's so many opportunities for fun now.
Rowney takes a step back and is just like even more shocked at this point that these zombie Kaboff and Mind Flayer have just popped up off the table.
Don't worry, they're okay now. Then again, I message Filler, give me that ring. He can't message me back, then I can only hear it.
All right, Rowney is still just kind of shocked, and going back to the speaking with the dead. Such necromancy practices are somewhat frowned upon amongst the members of the order. I think we would have a difficult time doing this through the normal channels.
Who do you know that can do this? This will help us get the mayor if we get information from Kaboff. Or even do you know someone who could revive Kaboff? We'll pay.
We can revive him, but interrogation by means of necromancy on a dead body is very heavily discouraged. I don't know of anybody who could facilitate such a thing willingly.
All right, if we could revive him, then we could find information about where the mayor is and what was going on.
Yes,
Good idea.
I can look into
speak
that.
Speak with Dead is like an evil spell.
It's a necromancy spell.
Yeah,
But-
it's pretty sketchy.
It's a cleric
yeah.
spell though, but it's necro.
And
Remember
I mean,
how Slate felt about it?
the dead people don't have to respond like truthfully or anything, but I mean, you're basically forcefully interrogating a dead person who can't defend themselves.
Like making their soul come back for a moment to like answer
Yeah,
questions.
Yeah.
it's pretty sketchy.
I'll put the
And
mind
now you
flayer-
know why Slate was super against it whenever you guys tried to do it.
I'll put the mind flayer back in the bag so it doesn't freak her out.
Yeah, Eagle. I
Yell at Fillering.
finally got it set up. I've had it for a little bit, but finally got it set up and tweaked and
The enemy is a gift.
looking good and nice and clean.
What's that?
What?
What did you say?
Who?
No.
I told you to give me the fucking ring. And then I put the mind flayer in the bag.
Is Fillerin retrieving the ring, or are you ignoring him?
Fillerin kind of shakes it off and ignores him.
All right.
Dan, on the other hand, is still laughing.
Rowney kind of pauses for a moment and, all right, well, I suppose are they going to do that again?
No.
You're certain?
Yep.
All right, I suppose I can handle taking care of these two at this point. Zalathorn will certainly want to hear of this. Did you find any info on the mayor?
Kaboff is our dead end. We need to ask him. He's the
No
one
pun
who-
intended.
He's the one who gave the mayor that letter because we found the ring with his seal, and I'll show her the ring that we found.
Yes, that is definitely Kaboff's seal. So you got no information whatsoever.
That's why we need to speak to him.
All right, I will
I put the mind
send
flayer
word.
back in the bag.
What are you doing with this creature?
We do not want him to come back to life. He's bad news.
I think it would be best if we also took custody of this creature for examination.
Got it. He's
Makes
also
stuff Rick just starts cracking up, and he's like, "You want this?"
Can I like insight check her to see?
Yeah, immediate distrust of this situation right now.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
I think Philerin is also inciting. Do you want advantage on that?
You can give me separate insight checks.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna fail.
There's always a chance of a natural 20.
He rolls his natural 20 for the week.
Philerin is very unsure of what to think of her. Perhaps not very good at reading people, but in general. But Wilros is fairly confident that her intentions, at least, are genuine, and that she seems more so probably interested in the fact that this thing is presumably responsible for what's been going on, and would assume that the Wizard Council would be interested in examining this creature and learning more about it. I mean, at this point, to bear in mind, she's completely clueless as to what the heck this thing is. She's never seen it. She's probably never heard of it, and just like looking at it, she probably doesn't have any sort of even vague idea what it is.
You do not want to bring this thing back to life.
Yeah.
This thing you do want to just interrogate. You do not want to bring it back.
I will be sure to pass that information along, though I'm not sure it needed to be said.
Kaboff, yes. Him, no. Then I message Philerin, where's that ring?
I reject the message.
Yes, I will be sure to pass this along and have our clerics potentially take care of Kaboff.
So we're leaving these things?
I don't think we should be leaving these things here.
No, I don't think so either.
No,
We would like to be here for this.
Yeah,
would just start shoving the illithid into the bag. Like, that's fantastic that you think that. Please do pass it along. We would love to hear what they have to say. As I'm shoving it's like trying to yank the bag over this thing's shins.
You're just shoving the mind flayer into the bag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eventually shove Kaboth into the bag too,
Okay.
if we want to. But I'm starting with the mind flayer because if there's one thing we should carry around, it's a rotting, decaying
mind flayer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an airtight seal in there.
She kind of moves to stop you and says, I assure you this will be handled with great care. Kaboff is one of the foremost alchemists of the order, and I'm quite certain that the council themselves will want to speak with him and facilitate his revival.
To let us know when it starts.
That is
We'd
not
like to
something
be
that is
here
up to me, but I can certainly pass along your wishes.
I'm still I'm not stopping. I am actively placing the mind flayer into the bag.
I'm holding the bag open.
To agree, I think we need to be there.
Yeah, they're gonna cut us out if we don't. They'll get a cheaper adventuring party, outsource us.
I'm gonna go sit after Rixus shoves the mind flayer in the bag. I'm gonna go sit in this mayor's chair and say, "Let us know when it's there," and sit down. We'll be waiting.
So hold on. I'm definitely shoving the mind flayer into the bag. Am I should I honor the Kaboth thing? Be you can take the body of the human. Just tell us when you're going to interrogate it. But I don't trust an illithid just
sitting around.
mind blasted half of us.
She kind of motions again for you to stop and just interjects and please wait here a few minutes. I will return shortly. Stay here. Do not leave. Please do not leave. And she heads back out.
My player's in the bag.
Oh shit.
Rixus is like, it'll take me another minute.
Let's take a real quick break and we'll resolve this after.
Teleportation and get out of here.
Back in just 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick and get a refresh drink. I will be right back.
Best.
Awesome.
Now we all moved over.
And we
Yeah.
shifted.
By the way, I moved to Rixus, Gabe, just so
It's only like 5
because
feet.
I wanted to be by the desk so I could like,
Yeah, I was
because that's where
here.
the bodies were. To just shove them in the bag.
Yeah, while she leaves, I cast Identify on the goblet.
Would we have had enough time?
It's 10 minutes.
You cast identify on what?
on the goblet.
Oh. You identify. And yes, you would have had enough time. She's been gone for about 20 minutes.
It's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of trust.
Ooh, a
Just
rat
plucking off-
goblet.
Plucking leaves off plants and
There's
Found-
treasure chests here.
found the whiskey. Like, yeah, like, are you just leaving us in there?
All right. Finally, you hear somebody shuffling at the door again, and the door opens.
I,
Zombie rally.
What was that?
I'm hiding somewhere, like
Ah!
You are
making myself
In the bush.
I don't know. I'm like
the only two
under the
places. The only two places you could legitimately hide would be like under the desk, or like maybe behind the chaise lounge.
God damn it. Okay.
Like if you just laid prone on the floor.
Just hiding in plain fucking sight.
Yeah, right now you're just kind of pressed up against a bookshelf.
I look at Erixis like, help me out here.
I'm just imagining Falarin like with like his arms and legs spread wide, just pressing himself as hard as he can against the books. Like, I'm not here.
Erixis could just start chuckling to himself, stupid idiot, drown, moron, coward. Like, whispering all these like.
I told Rain to come here.
And I'm like walking over.
What happened?
Rain, come here. I'm gonna give you the goblet, and I'm gonna say Hoochie Mama.
I look at it oddly and I say Hoochie Mama.
Boom! It turns into a rat.
Wait, what?
The goblet all of a sudden just melts and then reforms into a small rat.
Say it
Hey.
again.
Hoochie Mama.
It re-solidifies into the same goblet.
You have a new pet.
Is this a goblet of rat? Like, what the heck? A goblet of hantavirus? Like,
The rat.
Feeling of wondrous power.
Oh, what you don't realize is that the rat is actually a goblet.
Yeah.
It's not the goblet turning into a rat. The rat is turning
That
into
is
a
the
goblet.
goblet.
what? This rat appears like any other rat and obeys
it
your
is.
command. Use the bonus action so you can
This
stand up
seems like an
and
excellent way to prank anyone.
Oh, I was kidding. Oh my god.
He's perfect.
I rub his head. Use it wisely, kid.
That's super cool spy gear.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
All right, you hear somebody jiggling the doorknob, and the door pops open.
Well, the Mind Flayer is gone, by the way, Gabe. We put it in the bag folder.
You put both in the bag, right?
No, just the
No,
Mind Flayer.
just the Mind Flayer.
Out of respect.
I
Okay.
think we are.
Rowney returns and walks in with a somewhat younger man. He's definitely, you probably guess that he's probably in his maybe late 20s, early 30s.
Everyone will hear Alexis in their brain saying, "There's no such thing as a Mind Flayer."
She kind of presents him, and everyone, this is Tarth. This is the assistant to the Elder Wizard himself.
Assistant to the Elder Wizard.
Not assistant wizard.
We will I and the guards waiting outside will take care of these bodies. Tarth has volunteered to take you to the head of the council, and he wishes to see you and discuss this matter with you further.
Bodies? This is only one.
She kind of looks around the room and glances around. And where has the other gone?
Arixis is now like stone
Disappeared into
faced.
thin air.
He's like stone faced, and he like looks at her like very like with almost concern in his eyes and says, "There was only ever one. Are you feeling all right?"
Kind of, she looks over at Tarth and looks back at Arixis and whatever. If you want to quabble about this with the head wizard, then be my guest. Guards.
Oh God.
And you see a few come in and grab hold of Kabaf's body and bear him out.
And we're just letting them take Kabaf's body without following them.
No, we're going with them.
Yeah, like that's
That's what he said.
She looks at Falarin and Rosera heading out the door. Hold up. Tarth will lead you to the council chambers and to the head wizard.
body is not leaving our sight.
Would she have seen Valerian? Is he...
Yeah, I was hiding in the bookcase.
Give me. You already gave me a stealth roll.
All of a sudden, the bookcase moves.
There's not really anywhere to hide, so she definitely would notice you once you started walking away.
Like a bug on a wall.
Tarth finally speaks up and, please, come with me. We have much to discuss.
As Will Rose is on his way out, he looks back at Raleigh and says, "Don't you owe us payment for the job we just completed?"
I don't recall offering you payment, but let us discuss this after you've spoken with Zalathorn. I'm sure if you do not work something out with him, we can certainly work something out ourselves after. You have done a great service for the city.
I say, "Zoltan," and I leave.
What's the name that she drops?
Zoltan.
Zalthorn?
Zalathorn.
Zalathorn.
It's definitely Zoltan.
He makes
Can he make me big?
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Right.
Yeah, that's a really that's a deep cut. I love it.
Tarth says again, I assure you that Kabaf will be well taken care of. He is one of our foremost experts and many things, and his body will be well taken care of, as will his resurrection.
We would like to see him once he's resurrected, because we're on a mission to, help the town here.
I'm sure that can be arranged. Let's head on over to the council, and we will speak with Zalathorn.
I imagine whoever killed him must have looted his house or something, too.
He shoots a glance back at Rain. Interesting.
Whoever killed him really must have been a thief. He stole all those potions.
Is the goblet a rat or a goblet right now?
The goblet's a goblet.
All right, he leads you out.
Where's Todd going?
He leads you out and up the city, further into the city, towards the kind of a very large central stone structure. It's something you've definitely seen from afar, and something that Zorkus would be vaguely familiar with, though he's definitely never been inside. And he takes you to the council chambers for the Elder Council of Halrua. Halrua, not Halara, but the entire region of the council for the entire region. He leads you through the entrance and past a few dark hallways, finally turning and taking you down another hallway. You pass a few doors on your left and your right, but they all seem to be closed until you finally reach another set of doors.
Change maps, Gabe.
You're about to.
Okay. I was only asking because my map didn't change, but my brain map changed.
Okay.
That was deep.
Warlock in real life.
No, just drunk.
Yeah, he leads you into the council, through a set of double doors into another long hallway. Please follow me.
I mimic the way he walks.
Walk this way.
Yeah.
Just sliding his leg.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
We're in
It's like
deep
going to
shit.
cart.
Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Just looking at this map.
Oh, I'm into it.
Yeah, he leads into a room with hundreds of seats spread around the room.
I object.
At the head of the room, you see a particularly more prominent chair and desk seated on a kind of dais about 10 feet higher than the floor that you're standing on, with another set of double doors underneath it in the stone. There are a few seats also sitting on the dais, and then at another level below that, there are two, which you'd kind of probably guess are like stenographers' desks or something, you know, with to record the sessions. Please, just one moment, and he disappears through the doors.
How steep are these steps?
Not steep. They're just about like a 5-foot climb up. These are kind of just like imagine like theater seating or stadium seating. Yeah, where you're going up just a couple feet with each set of stairs.
I'm just debating which seat Erixus is going to sit in to troll this guy. Erixus walks up the stairs. I don't know how much time I have. I would like to go, like, not as far away as possible, but pretty far, like, over here and, like, sit in one of these chairs.
All right.
To go to this big old chair, and she doesn't sit in it, but she kind of looks at it.
What's the like damn, why can't I think of the word? Audio quality. What's the word?
Acoustics.
Acoustics. Yeah. What's the acoustics like in this room?
For the size of the
Quality
room,
audio.
and given the fact that it's seems to be made entirely of stone with kind of a domed roof, you would expect there to be quite an echo, and yet it seems actually very acoustically sound. It's almost as if at any point that you stand in the room, you can be heard conversationally. You also notice that the entire room is comfortably illuminated, even though you aren't able to spot any light sources. A few moments later, Tarth returns and opens the door and kind of motions towards it. Please, Zalathorn is ready to see you now.
A grumbling Erixus makes his way back down, like the steps around.
Come downstairs.
Wait,
What?
where's Falaren? Oh, he's down at the bottom.
Still, yeah.
Like, wait a second. I'm missing somebody. I swore I pasted all the tokens. It's like, has Dan just been staring at a black screen this whole time?
He was.
He opens the door. I'm actually gonna change your layout here. He opens the door and motions for you all to go in, but doesn't follow you as you head into a smaller chamber with a much older-looking wizard seated at the desk inside. Hello there. I hear you've got quite a tale for me.
Only in my beast shape.
I approach him and say, yes, we do.
Luros pulls out his lute and says, "Allow me to tell it in song."
Yay.
Yeah. He accepts
Oh, please. Go ahead.
Alright, I'll do my best here. Where is it? Oh
Story
my
all
god.
about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
And that one's still 11? Jeez.
What's the +7 mods? Is that your jack of all trades, or?
I have +7 for, what do you call it? Because I have +4 to charisma. And, I don't know what +7 is.
Is it
Luckstone.
Well, do you have
No, the Luckstone's
expertise?
considered on the separate piece. Yeah, I have expertise, that's it.
Why is it rolled like that though? That's really weird.
I don't know.
Normally it would just be. It would say like +10.
They
But it's
changed
hacking.
this, the way they did this recently.
Huh. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Well, you're still very performative, but
I told them a whole story about, like, this one time I went to the supermarket or whatever, and I bought some candy, and that's about it.
He lets you go on for a minute or two, and he holds his hand up and perhaps a less musical version of the story would be in order. Please,
Oh,
I'm eager to hear about what has happened with Kabaf.
I tell him that we got the tip that the mayor has been not around, so we went to go investigate, and we found a sealed envelope from Kabaf that was to the mayor. So we went to talk to Kabaf about that. He walked through the woods to this cave, where we followed him in, and then he got his mind eaten by this creature.
He blew his mind out in a car.
Do I know what a mind flayer is?
I have never encountered one personally, but
You know that it's called a mind flayer, actually?
Yeah,
I realize
I
we
know
called
that.
it
Yeah.
I think somebody passed a pretty high nature check. Might have been Rosera. But yeah, it was made known, I believe. I think.
Well, I mean,
Like how we all know what a vampire is, even though we've
Yeah.
never really seen one.
yeah,
you know?
Rosera and Falarin should probably, they would have heard the legends or whatever.
Yeah, at the very least, they're creatures of legends for Rosera and Flaren's worlds, but
Yeah.
Know of it.
others would be maybe have heard some vague mentioning at some point in their lives, but wouldn't necessarily be familiar with any specific details. He responds, and yes, I'm still finding it hard to believe that one of these things has made its way to our realm.
Yeah,
There was,
so we
there was
witnessed
only
him
one?
eat. Yes, we witnessed him eat Kabaf's brain, and then we slayed him.
Were you able to recover anything else from this thing's lair?
Definitely no magic items.
The test.
Yeah, the test tube. So I
It's not
reach into the
test-
bag of holding, and I pull out the little cellophane bottle of water. I got
He
this.
kind of recoils a bit. Says, "This was very dangerous." He reaches out and tries to take it from you.
I let him. I don't fight.
He quickly stores it away into a sack, a little pouch on the side of his robes that seems a little too small to fit it, and yet somehow it just shoop right in.
Do you mind telling us what that was?
I admire your courage. I do not know for certain. I have never encountered one of these things before, but I have heard the legends, and I believe that this is some sort of spawn of the Mind Flayer that is able
I hope
to
it doesn't eat through your robe.
turn others into a Mind Flayer.
Oh, then you'd be able to use that sword.
There was what, 4 more of these in that lair. Was there
No.
4?
There was a lot more. Those tubs were full of them.
There were 4 bathtubs full of them.
Oh. We
Yeah, there were
can
hundreds.
destroy it.
Yeah, but it was not one per tub. Like, think of like an aquarium with a bunch of goldfish in it.
Yeah, so there were hundreds of these things in there.
You fucking
We need
reach.
to destroy it.
I didn't reach in. The unseen servant did.
Oh,
Can you detail for me where you found this lair? We will certainly want to investigate this more and potentially deal with these creatures.
I give him details on where it was.
Thank you.
Valerin thinks it's shady as fuck right now.
All right.
Yeah.
What more can you tell me of this Mind Flayer? What has become of the body? I understand that you brought both the body and Kabaf back to the city.
Did we?
She's just openly snickering. You'll have to trade something green.
Just kind of stares solemnly
Wait,
at
booger in the-
Zorkrus, who's kind of been acting as the mouthpiece for the party.
We don't trust. We don't really trust people playing with this creature.
And why is that?
It was very dangerous.
You all seem to have done quite well. How?
We're extremely talented.
What would you do with this creature if we give it?
I'm just imagining Rosera saying that's because we're so fucking good.
Yeah.
This is an unprecedented opportunity to further our sciences and learn about frankly, a creature that has only been a myth up until this point.
Well,
There's no knowing what new information may be discovered.
we are a band of adventurers. We do, work for a living. What could we get for such a creature?
Yes, I'm aware that you have not been compensated in any way, and as I hope Brownie has conveyed to you, you are certainly highly valued members of this city, and we would certainly want to compensate you appropriately. What would you like for them? For the body?
Or could yell something green.
Well,
He
this is such
remains-
a rarity that you have not seen it before. We would need something great that will help us along our adventures as well.
And do you have anything in mind?
Richus will ask if he can fix broken things. Can you fix things broken before the snow plague?
He finally takes his gaze off from Zorkrus and looks at Erixus. I think you misunderstand the nature of any broken magic items. It's certainly nothing that can be fixed.
I think you misunderstand the nature of what we have in this bag.
He returns back to Zorkrus again. Name your price, and perhaps I can facilitate it.
I'm gonna be greedy, guys. I'm sorry. I'm an upcoming wizard, and I want to be as powerful as you guys, but I need something to make me a little more intelligent, a little more smart. Can you help me with that?
thinks for a moment, and I can offer you limited access to the scholarly vaults at Mount Talath. This is normally a privilege only available to council members and a select few who are able to front the coin for such an endeavor.
That sounds good to me. That's
I
a
was
high
hoping
honor.
for more of a if I only had a
Money.
brain situation.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of books in there, isn't it? I mean, how interesting can that be?
Well, it's hard to say. Zorkris would probably be at least relatively familiar with Mount Talath. It's about 20 miles away into the mountains to the west. Mount Talath houses a very vast collection of millennia of books and magical tomes, etc., that are used by the council and other scholars looking to advance their knowledge of wizardry and the magical arts in general. It's a very vast library with many powerful books.
I mean, I can't say no to that. That's an honor.
Good for all of us.
Yeah,
Wait,
what about
no.
something for the rest of us?
The entire party would be able to browse the selection of books there and potentially find something to their liking.
We're allowed to have access to this space. We get to take a book, or we can go there for a certain amount of days. How does this work?
Shall we
Like
say?
a library?
Yeah, like a giant library.
So we're not going to take the books, but what if I want access 5 years from now?
That is something you would have to negotiate 5 years from now.
Okay, so we get a one-time access right now.
I will see about granting each of you 3 days of access. Zorkris is probably at least, and maybe some others have at least heard of the fame of this library, and he would know that it's about 2,000 gold per day to peruse the books.
This is something that will make me better, so I'm agreeing to it. I'm opening the bag of holding. Is anybody gonna stop me, or are you guys cool with that?
What are other choices, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to hear if there's something else we can get in addition to this.
I'll be right back, by the way.
Well, there.
Insight or something that we can get out of this guy?
He would respond to that comment, and there are many things within our power here, but without being intimately familiar with your adventures, it's hard to recommend what I can make available to you.
Alexis would bluntly ask for, in addition to access. Sorry, I have saltwater taffy in my mouth. In addition to access to the library, we want a functioning ring of spell storing.
That is a considerable ask.
Killing this thing was a considerable task. You should pay me just for the rhyme.
Rings of spell storing are typically not commonly available. This is something that
Yes.
the wizards
Just
here
like
would be.
player is typically available, right?
No, but it's not a matter of cost. It's a matter of procurement. Those who have them will not willingly part with them, and those who can make them may not have the time for weeks or months. It is a
Give us
very
some addresses of people who have them.
We have nothing but time.
I can look around, but such a powerful magic item is something that the time required to create such an item requires weeks of work by a very skilled wizard. Is there something a little more? Is there something a little more achievable that I can acquire for you?
It should make Zorkos happy and give him the bracers of intelligence or whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's all I wanted. Or a helm of intellect or something.
Well, let's see. Guys, he's giving us free reign to ask for a magic item.
Yeah, so like let's get some magic.
Something that makes me taller.
He won't give me my ring of spell storing, but can we get? Ooh, can Shin get a Holy Avenger?
Because that's not rare. They make those on every street corner.
You just find one laying around.
Seamless, man.
If there's nothing,
something cool. Like,
if there's nothing that you are prepared to ask for now, perhaps this is something that we can facilitate at a later date.
Okay.
So
An IOU, as it were.
if Valerin
that's
still
pretty
doesn't
good.
trust this guy,
put it
so I
right
want
in.
to know, like, does Valerin trust him?
You can give me an insight check.
Oh, great.
You don't believe that he's trying to deceive you in any way. He is. He seems very genuine and interested in providing you with a fair. What's the word I'm looking for? Compensation. Compensation for what you have done. He seems genuinely respectful. And understands the gravity of what you've done for the city.
Okay.
Can we double down? Can you give us something more dangerous to do, and then we get, something in greater favor?
Something more dangerous.
Yeah.
Well,
Relevant.
it's funny you should mention that. I do have up another potential task I was hoping to lay on you after we had resolved this matter. Sorry, I got AFK. Just 1 second. Be right back.
So it's
he
settled,
needs something
right?
from us. He needs something from us. That means we can really. Yeah.
We can. So total out of character metagaming. It sounds like we can basically choose any uncommon magic item, but if we want something rare or higher, we have to do more. So.
But that was for what
vote-
we just accomplished. So yeah. So now
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we do this task, we can ask for something. So like,
something rare.
full disclosure, the reason I want a ring of spell storing is because I have 2 spell slots, and I would love to cast like invisibility into the ring and then just have it to go on forever.
What about the Staff of the Woodlands?
Staff of the Woodlands? You don't have anything, so if you want something, go for it.
No, I have like tons of magic items right now because Levo's giving me
Meet with
everything.
them.
Hold on. That could be actually really good though if like
No,
I don't know,
I'm
can
kind of kidding.
What do you
you
think?
have a bark. It would be good to have like you could be tankier.
Or we give one of the rogues something that does unbelievable damage, and then
The rogues
I
do
would love
unbelievable
more
damage
damage.
currently.
yeah.
We're always surprised.
Well, that's why I want invisibility in the ring so I can pretty much keep you guys invisible like all the time.
Just invisible and breaking locks.
Well, because the ring of spell storing can store up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time.
Mm-hmm.
If I just cast invisibility into the ring, I can cast it twice into the ring, and each cast gets both of you.
All right, sorry about that. I'm back. So it's not necessarily a matter of pick your uncommon magic item, but he's more so looking for, as opposed to Carmir, who gave you a table full of magic items and said, take your pick. He's more so looking to see if there's something more tailored he can give you.
tailored.
Something green.
Yes, what is this green thing you keep mentioning?
I don't know how to describe
420.
it. I don't know how to describe it any more than that. It's green. What more could you possibly want?
You have a
A green what?
headband of intellect.
So I pull out the red orb, and I say, "See how this is red? I need something green."
Wow, headband of intellect is only uncommon.
It's only uncommon.
Yeah, I thought it'd be rare. Anyways, he's immediately intrigued by this orb that Erixus has pulled. Please, may I see that?
You mean certainly not.
I can promise you, I will return it to you promptly. I am just curious as to what this thing is. This is something I have not seen before.
So Erixus does not take his hands off it, but holds it like walks up to Zalathorm and like holds it in his face as he did to everyone else.
You see with your eyes, not with your hands.
You hear it? You hear it. You don't see it.
He holds his hand up next to the orb, kind of cautiously and slowly as to show you that he's not trying to take it from you, but just to be near it. And you see him mutter something under his breath, and there's a brief flash of red from the orb, kind of a dull flash. It's not very bright, but some sort of response to him interacting with it. And he kind of immediately steps back. And where did you find this?
Supremely excited. He's like, "You hear it? You hear it?"
Where did you find this item?
Rixus is just like dancing in place, saying he hears it, he hears it, he hears it. And then finally snaps back into reality. Well, his whatever he considers reality. And says, "You're the dead one, the brainless one had it. But you hear it."
Off was in possession of this item?
Well, certainly something was. So Erixus motions at Zorkus and says, "You idiot! Bring the bag."
He
Out
kind
my
of
bag already.
he wanders back to his chair and sits down again, kind of pondering this deep in thought for a moment. And you seek more items like this?
I seek a green item. Like this. Maybe like this, maybe not like this, but green. Certainly green.
Be honest, I do not know what this item is. I have encountered very few things like this in my lifetime, which is saying quite a bit. But I do believe this to be some sort of elder magic that transcends this reality. I'm still uncertain. I am still uncertain as to what your intentions might be with this, but perhaps as partial repayment, I can point you in the direction of what you seek.
Rixus kind of like gets almost emotional and just walks to the desk and like puts his hand, like both hands on the desk and leans forward and says, "Just yes, but tell me, and this is important, do you hear it?"
Hear what?
Erixus looks extraordinarily disappointed. But just waves his hands, like shooing away bad thoughts. And it's just like, yes, more like this.
All right. I am not entirely certain what this item is or its exact nature. This has never been my area of study, and I've come across very few things that exude power such as this item does. But there is another wizard who has made artifacts of this kind his study, and perhaps he would be able to provide you with further information about this item at least, or perhaps about more that may be like it. You can find him at the library at Mount Talath, and his name is Cyril.
How convenient. All right. Arixis kind of looks excited, but still knowing that Homeboy owes us a quest, Arixis is nonetheless excited that at least someone else seems to feel something from the old ones. He's perhaps not as crazy as he thought.
He turns now to Zorkris and responds, and as for your request, I'm afraid that a headband of intellect is a fairly prized possession amongst a considerable number of wizardly folk in this area. I believe that this is probably an item that we could procure for you, but it would take some time. If this is truly what you want, I can work on acquiring this.
That would be perfect.
You see him grab his quill and make a note on a sheet of the paper that's in front of him, and says, "All right, I will keep that in mind." Now, what about the rest of you? Is there anything else that we can facilitate, or would you like to discuss this further later?
I think we'll discuss it further later.
Yep.
I think count as something green. I assume it does. Fine. I want another magic item anyway.
Alright, I'll reach into the bag of holding and grab the mind flare. Put it on the table.
He kind of jolts up from his chair and is a bit taken aback, but then is immediately curious and already begins kind of poking it and prodding it and examining various features of it, and you hear him mutter like "fascinating" under his breath over and over. He spends just a few seconds doing this, and then finally shakes himself out of his curiosity and says, yes, but we still needed to discuss a further quest, I believe."
Well, first, before we do this quest, we still need to see Kaboff. But then we would like the quest as well.
I am not sure what the status of that is, but it will take some time to resurrect him. A couple of hours at least. So I am quite certain that he is not yet ready to be interrogated.
What's this quest?
Well, for several months now, we have been hearing word from the eastern borders of a large number of refugees from the Avantar Forest. Some halflings, some elves, some humans that of the Haruan race that had relocated there years prior, all returning and encroaching upon our eastern border. Apparently, something has begun to spread some evil amongst the woods there, and I'm unsure as to the exact nature. I have had a couple audiences with some representatives of various clans from the area that have made their way all the way to Hallara. but I'm not familiar with the exact details, and I have been looking for somebody to handle this task. We have sent a few various wizards over the past few weeks and months. Some have returned with very little or no information, and others have not returned. So I am looking for perhaps and he looks down at the Mind Flayer and motions towards it, a more capable force to look into this matter. Does this sound like something you can handle?
We could handle anything.
I've already stolen a number of magic items from them. I see no reason why we can't help.
All right, then. I will arrange a meeting with these representatives that have contacted me previously. I believe at least a couple of them are still around Hallara, and would certainly be willing to meet with you and provide you with more information. In the meantime, I will send word to Mount Talath, to Ciro to expect you, and to the keepers to grant you all access to the library. Does this sound fair?
Yes.
Very well. And is there anything else before we conclude our business?
How do we reach you when we decided on what potential magic items we'd be interested in?
You may come to the offices of the council here and speak with Tarth, and he will pass along your requests.
If we know where we went, right?
Yeah, the council chambers are a massive dome-shaped building in the upper regions of the city. It's something that can be seen from a decent distance away, and it's kind of a common landmark of the city.
Okay.
Right. Very well then. I suppose you will all be on your way. And he claps his hands, and the door opens behind you, and you see Tarth through the door. See motions for you to come out. So where are you guys looking to head now?
So how long will it take the council to get together, or the meeting to happen?
Also, what time of day is it? Should we rest?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
is it like-
like later in the afternoon by now, right? Should close to evening time.
It's still pretty early afternoon. Well, it's probably more mid-afternoon at this point. Between the travel time back and the time you spent with Rowley and Zalathorm here. It's definitely early for a rest, but it's it's tending towards later in the afternoon now.
Actually, I'm trying to think. Like, should we wait? Should we just wait a couple hours and let them resurrect?
Yeah, they
Kabbalah?
have like lodging or like a rec hole or something that we could hang before Kabbalah gets resurrected.
What's the name of the town we're in?
Well, aren't we in our town?
You're in Hallara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not necessarily anything at the council chambers themselves. You would have access to the local taverns, obviously, that you've stayed in before. But given the period of time that it took for Rosera to be resurrected, you would at least guess that it's going to be a few hours or possibly the next day before you would be able to speak with Kabaf.
Do you guys want to do some shopping or something, or?
Rix is just staring at the orb.
Oh
Trying to
my
figure out-
goodness.
Was
Trying
there
to
any
figure
other
out anything there.
postings in the mayor's office?
Not that you saw while you were there.
I whisper. I messaged Eryxius, so only he could hear me. I go, "Do you want me to identify that orb for you?"
I'd imagine this is metagaming. Gabe, tell me if it's a waste of time. It's just like I'd imagine if Zalaform couldn't like quickly ping it, like wouldn't identify. Do I get the sense that identify will do something with this?
You would know at this point, I think, that identify requires contact with the item, and that he was more so perhaps testing the item in some way. So you wouldn't know for sure, but it definitely seems like it might be rather mystical.
When you say mystical, I mean that's something different.
Not able to be identified.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, and plus Eryxius wouldn't let anyone else touch this.
I figured.
There was also the tome. I don't know if you wanted to identify that during downtime.
Yeah.
All right. You spend a few minutes to ritual cast identify on the tome, and spending a few more minutes perusing the pages, you identify it as this.
What?
So the book is kind of a precise listing of various alchemical processes and methods of measurement and precision when dealing with various ingredients. And using the tome and spending a few minutes reading it, if you were to use it before or during some sort of attempt with alchemical supplies, you would be granted a +1 check.
Does anybody have proficiency in alchemical stuff?
Nope.
Nope.
I'll rewrite it as compendium of polygon.
Alchemist supplies.
None of us are alchemists, really?
I'm a herbalist, but that's not alchemist.
Yeah, I've got a poisoner's kit, but that's not alchemy.
It's a kind of alchemy.
Yeah,
Well, I have a whole recipe
Product.
book and like a bonus to alchemy. If we only had an alchemist.
I mean, I have.
Well, this might be of use to our shop friend, the one who makes the potions.
Was
True.
Maybe we could sell it to him.
Well, no, is potion making considered alchemy?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Alchemy is kind of a broad spectrum, but it can be, or at least certain aspects of potion making certainly can be.
Well, even if it's not good for him, maybe he knows somebody.
Maybe if you go talk to him, see if that tickles his fancy, see if he has any cool potions.
Down.
Are you speaking of?
I think what doesn't kill you, right?
Yeah, what doesn't kill you.
Shop owner.
All right. Yeah, you guys. It's still early enough in the afternoon that most of the shops are still open. So yeah, you make your way over to what doesn't kill you, where you find Kasham, and yeah, he greets you with his usual greeting and hello again, my friends. What can I do for you?
I'll inform him about this. Well, I don't know. Is the goal to let him see this book?
Well, let's see if he has anything amazing. Like, what any crazy things that is mystical or nuts that is new.
He gets kind of a twinkle in his eye. I'm glad you asked. By any chance, have you had any opportunity to utilize the last potion you bought?
Was that the one that I have? That I got from...
Yeah, from Zagat.
No, I did not.
Ah, what a shame. I was looking forward to learning what effects that one might have had. Well, regardless, and he reaches down under the counter and pulls out another potion. I do have this. If anyone would be interested in purchasing an additional brew.
What does this one do?
I do not know.
No.
That's
amazing.
the beauty of it.
Can we taste it?
After you purchase it,
How much is it?
50 gold.
Is that with our friends and family discount? Come on, you know us.
Come on.
Make a
If we're
persuasion
not
check.
friends, we're probably family.
Persuasion. Oh boy, I clicked on something. Okay. 19?
All right. How does 40 gold sound?
All right, I'll take it for 40 gold. Do you have any healing potions with it?
Excellent. Yes. I have quite a reasonable stock now. How many do you guys need?
The healing potions he was giving us for 25, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Richardson will buy 2.
Kashtam, I have a question for you. What would you give us if I could make your life as an alchemist better and stronger?
Kind of squints a little bit and leans in, and I'm listening.
I have something that might be real beneficial for you, but in order for you to get it, we need something very beneficial for us.
And what might that be?
What do I have, or what you could give us? I have something that if you read, you become much better at alchemy, just by reading it alone.
His eyes widen again, and
I might have also
Really?
a book with all sorts of special recipes in it.
I am certainly intrigued. What are you looking to get for this book?
We are adventurers. We adventure. We need things that will help us at all times, not little silly potions that do random things. We need something better.
But my potions are so much fun.
Imagine what you could do with my
My
book.
potions are quirky, and
You haven't even tried one of my potions yet.
I tasted it.
Ooh, and what did it taste like?
It was a little bitter, but it tasted like silence and like, I don't know, whatever. I would do my best to explain whatever the features are.
There is a
Tasted
taste
like-
description. There's a taste description
there is a
in the
taste
handout.
Taste description. Second. It tasted like mud.
Really? Ooh. And you
But
see
I
him
felt
pull
like-
out a notepad and start scribbling furiously.
But it smelled very acidic. But it made me feel as if I would be able to get by and nobody be able to chase me. Unfortunately, we
Really?
were doing all the chasing, so we couldn't necessarily make it come to use, but I look forward to trying it at some point.
Kasham, do you have anything that could maybe make us fly? or something that we could speak to people further distances, that we could see what they're doing?
Thanks for a moment, but I don't have any potions quite that powerful. I don't think. Let me look. And he goes to the back.
While he goes to the back, I taste the potion that I just bought from him. Not the healing potion, obviously.
Right. Sorry. Thought I put this in the handout already. He returns after a couple minutes, and yes, I'm afraid I don't have any potions of that nature right now. Certainly not the ability to see people at greater distances. That is typically not a feature you would find in a potion, I'm afraid.
Sean, I'll make a deal with you. If you could get us a stone that allows us to scry, I will give you this book.
A stone?
A scry stone?
Oh. I'm afraid that magical items of that nature are not things that I can typically acquire. My skills are mostly limited to the alchemical.
How about this? What if you can make better healing potions, but give us the same cost for them? And I'm going to open the book, take the book out and open, and try to find something that deals with those red leaves that we saw in the caves that were, when we were by the healing fields.
I do have some skill with some stronger healing potions, but they take quite a bit of time to create.
This book will help.
Show the book. What do you think of this?
They are also fairly expensive, so I hesitate to agree to such a low cost for such a powerful item. Perhaps we could agree to a flat quantity in exchange for the book.
How many are we talking about?
14. Sounds about right.
He opens his mouth to say something and then says, yes, 14, the perfect amount.
Nope.
I was just talking out of character.
Oh.
Just
Sure.
We talking about greater healing potions? That's what he would do?
Yeah, greater healing potions.
Just as a general rule of thumb, if I don't do the voice or say Erixus says, I'm talking as me in metagaming.
All right. He says 10 then.
What do you think, guys? Should we do it?
I don't see the difference.
How about 14?
2 for each of us.
Are they greater healing or something else?
We could have greater healing.
Yeah, greater healing. He thinks about it for a moment, and you see him counting on his fingers a little bit, and let me see the book first and see what this contains.
I'm gonna hold the book open in front of him on a random page, but I won't let him touch and I won't let him go past it.
He reaches for the book and says, "Please, I at least need to browse a few pages."
Everyone's grabby tonight.
Very grabsies.
Turn to the next page. You looking?
You buying?
He sighs and kind of like tries to speed read it. You see his eye is darting back and forth, left to right and down the page. And
Turn to the next page.
Yes, I suppose. I can agree to 14. It will take me some time to create them, even with the aid of this book, I believe. I can offer you 2 right now, and I can pay the rest later.
Seems legit.
I look at Rosera. You want some more potions?
Always.
All right, I put the book down. This book is on loan, by the way. If I need it, I will come back for it.
You're never seeing that book again.
I know. But I didn't give him the compendium.
What?
I have another thing that makes him better, but I didn't give that to him.
Wait, you gave him the one that we just found, right?
The book that was locked.
Yeah. What do you mean you didn't give him the
That
compendium?
is the compendium, right?
Oh, that is the compendium? Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it was like, is there a small book inside the book?
I thought that was
Nesting dolls of
The
books?
companion to the compendium.
Companions to the
No,
compendium?
that's just the one book.
Spark notes.
Xanathar's Guide to the Compendium.
All right, so I took that out of the bag of holding.
Wilros, you identify the other potion as this.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Should I be seeing this or just Will Rose?
Just
I just dropped it on him. He can. I can show it to everybody if he wants.
It tastes. I don't care. It tastes like when he comes back. I said, "Ooh, that next potion tastes much better," but it actually tastes like almost like nothing, light and airy.
Utter taste.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Against the next enemy it sees. So it's one enemy. Interesting.
This is like the name of the drink for 2020.
utter hatred.
So yeah, he takes the book from Zorkris and says, "Yes, thank you. I will get working on these right away. And the next time you stop in, I should at least have a couple more finished." And yeah, you can add or distribute 2 potions of
Rosera's
greater
taking
healing.
one, and then
Yeah.
I would offer for Zorkris to take the other, considering.
I don't want it. I'll give it to Fillerin.
Okay, yeah, they seem to be the ones that
Yeah,
get beat up a
two
lot.
seem to take a lot of hurt.
They are
Oh,
the
no,
squishiest.
Potion of greater
potions,
healing.
right? How many?
One free.
One?
Yeah, 2 were given, so you each get 1.
Thank you.
And then I bought 2 regular potions of healing. So I'll take 50 off that plus 40 off the other one.
Is there a way for me to drag a potion of greater healing onto my...
Should be in the compendium.
Doesn't
Is
really
it
work
not?
that way though.
Potion of healing.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'll create another macro for that, and so
Okay.
there'll be a second one there. I'll add that in sometime this week. So you can just click it. But yeah, drag it to your sheet still from the compendium just to keep track of the quantity. But as far as actually using it, I'll add another macro. Kasham, it kind of like greedily hugs the tome and disappears into the back room and says, thank you, and just disappears. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do? It's probably trending towards the end of the evening, so you could find a place to stay, or if there's anything else you guys wanted to do during downtime.
Or else you want to go sing some songs at your favorite tavern?
Yeah, always.
All right, you guys make your way to the Rusty Blade, and it's a fairly busy night. There's already quite a few patrons around the bar, and a few of them even seem to look kind of expectantly towards Wilrose as he walks in the room, and seem to recognize him. And Baru greets and says, "Ah, my friends, welcome back. Another performance tonight?"
Of course, I will always perform for you.
Excellent.
I also pull out a quill and I sign some autographs for the expectant fans.
A couple people see you doing this and actually walk up and happily take a couple autographs from you.
Yes, there's plenty to go around. Catch me after my set. I'll be telling you some stories of where these songs came from.
Alexis just kind of like flips a gold to the bartender and says, "I'm going to the room." Do we have rooms here? I don't remember. We do, right?
Not permanent rooms, but they do generally seem to have a few rooms available each night. And he catches the coin and says, yes, just down the hall. There's a couple of rooms down there open.
Splitsies again? Or can we have our own rooms? Didn't we share the first time we had rooms? And
there's only about 4 or 5 rooms in the whole place, so you definitely wouldn't be able to get individual rooms, but you can easily get 2 or 3 to a room for sure.
I'm actually going to follow Erixus to his room.
No.
Any particular flavor you want to add to that performance check?
What do you mean?
Sometimes you have a song prepared, and
oh yeah, so the song I'll be singing is called "Out of His Mind, Out of His Head," and the chorus goes, "Thing was out of his mind. He took his mind out of his head."
Oh, I thought that was a who was that? Phil Collins? What's that song?
Oh, I know what you're thinking of.
What?
Yeah, it's just not obviously not that is not the song, but he has a song that's something like out of his mind.
I know it's Fastball.
Fastball?
I was out of my head. I was out of my mind.
Oh,
yeah, that one.
That song. No.
Sorry. I thought it was a reference to that. But...
No, it's a reference to the mind flayer pulling the brain out of Kebab's head.
Right. But
although the tune was similar, and I think that maybe you're just so good that you're accidentally recreating one-hit wonders.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
While that performance is going on, I walk in on Erixus and go, "Hey, I have a question for you."
Oh God, what?
I don't know what the fuck happened to you when you were there, but I want to help you. So I'm going to take my cloak of disguise off, and I'm going to put it around him, put the hood up, and say, whatever you saw, I want you to think about it again and see if you could become what you thought. Ooh. And while I do that, while he does that, he sees a green dragonborn with
green
spectacles and have scales that look like I have a goatee, and I have big reflective spectacles on, and just pure green long tail, and you only see this. And I put the cloak around you and say, think about what you want to find or whatever it is that troubles you. If it's an item, you can pretend to hold it. If it's an outfit, you could do it. I'll give you one shot. Go.
Erixus becomes a chicken.
Has to be
What?
humanoid.
Humanoid chicken.
Like a man in a chicken suit
So the
chicken from
cloak
inside the restaurant.
the cloak is somewhat limited in its abilities. You can shift yourself into the form of another humanoid. It can't really. I guess it can. I guess it can technically create an item to a certain
Let me
extent
go
that you're
with
wearing.
Humanoid in a chicken costume.
Well, because it casts the sky
Yeah.
itself.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So Erixus would look at, would look deep into Zorkrus's eyes, past his ridiculous glasses, and say, "You sure?"
Dad, I'm trying to help you. You fucking scare me. I don't know what you're doing.
So be it. So Erixus, having seen Yobuin before, or thinks he's seen some visions of him, Erixus would do his best to shift into what he potentially thinks the form of the music is playing. I don't know if the cloak can handle this, but it would. I'm going to whisper this to Gabe, and Gabe, you tell me if the cloak can handle this. It's not letting me whisper, Gabe. Stupid funny. Give me 1 minute. Typing it
Discord?
up. Yeah, I'm doing it on Discord. Good idea. That's why you make the big bucks, Gabe.
This
In the
was a
meantime-
preset role play.
This is not. No, we're fucking winging it here, bro. Off the cuff,
Yeah.
doing it live.
It is definitely off the cuff.
So, hey, that's how I roll every night. In the meantime, you do hear some loud applause from the other room as Wirros finishes his song, and the sound of some clinking coins, a few silver and copper and a couple gold, echoes down the hallway as various patrons work their way up to the stage and drop some coins to him. You make 2 gold, 5 silver, and 3 copper.
2 gold, 5 silver, and 3 copper.
Let's just call it 6 silver because we're not really doing copper.
Okay. 2 gold, 6 silver. All right, I take 2 silver and I throw it to the barkeep.
He raises his mug to you and gives you a nod.
There's more where that came from, folks.
This wasn't pre-planned, Shirley.
I can do more if you want more, Gabe.
No, I get it. I don't think the sounds would happen. I don't think the sounds would happen, but the visual appearance, I think, is possible. But humanoid.
Yeah, just trying to do as near a representation as I can
Mhm.
of what, and and Erixus would say, like, be very clear that this is what he hears, not necessarily what he sees.
So yeah, you see the form of Erixus in front of you, and Erixus himself doesn't really change much, but then all of a sudden, in various areas of his body, you start seeing these mouths pop up, and these like gnawing teeth just emerging from all over his body, from his legs, from his torso, from his arms. it's just a silent nightmare of mouths and gnashing teeth just appearing all over his body. And
Boy.
That's crazy. All right.
Now, did just this was just for Zorkrus, right?
Yeah, that's in his Rixus is in the room. I went in there.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, hold on. So I guess you would probably see the mouths like kind of pulse just around, and it's weird. It seems random, but Gabe, I don't know how you want to play this one. Like if he could, there's a potential rhythm that he could spy or that he could feel or see. I just don't know if he would need to check for that. But there's a definite rhythm there. Can I speak? I assume I can speak while wearing this thing, no matter what I look like.
yeah.
Okay, then yeah. So like Erixus would just be like, "And this is it. This is what I hear. Do you see it? Can you help me? No, you can't, idiot. Take your cloak back." Kind of like whips the cloak off of himself.
Once he
And
gives me
then-
the cloak, I'm going to transform directly into that image that he just presented.
Ridiculous. Not at all what I hear. It's changed since I've shown you. It's over.
Okay, friend. And I'm going to bunk with you tonight. And I'm going to go lay down in bed.
It sounds sexy.
All right. Anything else that anybody else needed to cover during before the night's rest?
Before
Going
Zorkrus
after that act.
falls asleep, before Zorkrus falls asleep, he would hear Erixus in his head saying, "Let us do this again sometime. You never know what the music will reveal."
I'll message him back anytime.
All right.
All right. As you guys all filter into your rooms later in the evening, you guys are able to take in a night's rest, and that's where we will pick up next week.
Don't forget to add the 5 platinum from the thing earlier.
Of course we did.
Yeah, I added that.
Valros?
Adam. There we go. Adam.
Yeah,
Don't forget to re-roll for the Ring of Teleportation recharges.
I already re-rolled for it after I used them.
Okay.
I think we long rested in between the last time, so I should be full.
Yeah, and I kind of forgot about it. I wasn't sure if we had rolled that or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think either way,
That's
you
cool.
definitely have regained all the charges by now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to do it for us tonight. We're going to go ahead and wrap up here. Thanks everyone for hanging out
guys back in
tonight.
town?
I will be back on
No, it doesn't.
Thursday, I think. I might switch my stream to Wednesday
that's
again
right, the
this
ring
week
teleport.
because I think we might be playing Among Us
Oh.
with Shady again.
Right.
So I might switch the stream around. But yeah, I will be back later this week with something.
Hoping to take you on a tangent.
But yeah, D&D returns next week on the
hope
usual
you did.
Monday night
I
at
know,
7
I was
p.m.
planning on
Great
it.
or
tangent,
roughly
but
7 p.m. whenever everybody gets
yeah.
into Discord. And we will pick up
great
with the
tangent?
with
Is
the
that what
story
you
there. But yeah, thanks again everyone for hanging out tonight.
No, you said a great tangent.
And
It sounded like you
excuse me,
said a spray
I will
tangent.
see you all
Spray
later.
tangent.